Drake, the boy who turned doubt into greatness. There are very few artists who have changed the sound of modern music the way Drake has. Millions of people know him as one of the biggest rappers in the world, but behind the sold-out stadiums, the chart-topping albums, and the endless success is a story filled with rejection, sacrifice, and determination. Today, I want to take you through the incredible journey of Drake, a young man who refused to let his circumstances define his future. Drake was born Aubrey Drake Graham on October 24, 1986, in Toronto, Canada. His childhood wasn't easy. His parents separated when he was only 5 years old. While his father moved to the United States, Drake stayed in Toronto with his mother, who worked tirelessly to provide for him. Money wasn't always easy to come by. His mother dealt with serious health problems, and there were days when life felt uncertain. Growing up in a mixed-race family also made Drake feel like he didn't completely fit in. Some people judged him for who he was before they even got to know him. Those experiences stayed with him. But sometimes, the hardest moments in life become the fuel that drives us towards something greater. As a teenager, Drake found an opportunity that would change his life forever. He landed a role on the Canadian television series Degrassi, The Next Generation. He played Jimmy Brooks, a talented basketball player whose life changed after a tragic school shooting left him in a wheelchair. The role made him recognizable, but acting wasn't Drake's biggest dream. Music was. Every chance he got, he wrote lyrics, recorded songs, and imagined himself standing on stages instead of television sets. The problem was that very few people believed he could become a successful rapper. Many critics laughed at the idea. They saw him as the kid from a TV show. Drake refused to accept that label. Instead of giving up, he spent countless nights recording mixtapes, improving his writing, and sharing his music with anyone willing to listen. Then came a turning point. In 2009, his mixtape So Far Gone exploded online. Songs like Best I Ever Had introduced the world to a completely different kind of rapper, someone who wasn't afraid to be emotional, vulnerable, or honest. At a time when hip-hop often celebrated toughness above everything else, Drake talked openly about heartbreak, ambition, loneliness, and self-doubt. People connected with him because he sounded real. That honesty became his greatest strength. Soon, one of the biggest names in hip-hop, Lil Wayne, noticed Drake's talent and signed him to Young Money Entertainment. It was the opportunity Drake had been waiting for. In 2010, he released his debut studio album, Thank Me Later. The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart. For many artists, reaching the top once is enough. Drake wasn't satisfied. He wanted to build something unforgettable. Over the next decade, he released hit after hit. Albums like Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, Views, Scorpion, and Certified Lover Boy dominated charts around the world. Songs like Hotline Bling, God's Plan, One Dance, and In My Feelings became global anthems. He wasn't just making music anymore. He was shaping popular culture. One of Drake's greatest gifts is his ability to evolve. While many artists stay comfortable with one style, Drake constantly experimented with hip-hop, R&B, dancehall, Afrobeats, and pop influences. He understood that growth requires change. But success didn't protect him from criticism. Throughout his career, Drake faced public feuds, harsh headlines, and endless pressure. Every move he made was analyzed by millions of people online. Some questioned his authenticity. Others doubted whether he could stay relevant. Instead of responding to every critic, Drake often answered through his music. Again and again, he proved that consistency is stronger than noise. Behind the fame, Drake has also shown another side of himself. He supported charitable causes, surprised struggling families with life-changing gifts, and used his platform to inspire young artists who dream of making it in music. The music video for God's Plan became famous not because of expensive special effects, but because Drake gave away large sums of money to students, families, schools, and community organizations. It reminded the world that success means more when it's shared. Even after becoming one of the best-selling artists in history, Drake never stopped working. He continued recording, touring, collaborating with new artists, and pushing himself creatively. That's one of the biggest lessons his journey teaches us. Success isn't a finish line. It's something you earn every single day. Looking back, it's almost unbelievable that the young actor from Toronto, the kid many people underestimated, would grow into one of the most influential musicians of his generation. His story isn't just about awards, records, or wealth. It's about believing in yourself when almost nobody else does. It's about turning pain into purpose. It's about refusing to quit after hearing no. Every dream begins with someone willing to take the first step, even when the outcome is uncertain. Drake's journey reminds us that our past doesn't have to decide our future. No matter where you come from, how many people doubt you, or how many obstacles stand in your way, persistence can open doors that once seemed impossible. Maybe that's why millions of people continue listening to his music. Because behind every song is someone who remembers what it felt like to struggle. Someone who understands rejection. Someone who kept moving forward anyway. And perhaps that's the most inspiring part of Drake's story. He didn't become successful overnight. He became successful because he refused to stop believing that his dream was worth chasing. If there's one lesson we can all take from Drake's life, it's this: never let someone else's opinion become the limit of your potential. Sometimes, the greatest victories belong to the people who simply refuse to give up.